I saw this recently, and just had to get it for you.
What, for me? No, I can't accept.
Oh, you must, Tropheme. Besides, I have no use for it myself.
Thank you so much, my lady. I will treasure this always.
Anastasia?
Evening, Lisa. Isn't it a beautiful night?
Stunning. So peaceful, too. You must spend a lot of time out here. I know I would.
Lately, I feel as if life is slipping through my fingers like sand, faster and faster every day. And there is no one to blame but myself. When I'm here, time itself seems to stop. So, yes, I come here rather often.
Anastasia, are you all right? I mean, really? I've been meaning to ask, back when you were fighting the kitchen fire, was that a swear word I heard from you?
Being married to a man like Evgeny will do that to you.
You're not so prim and proper after all.
I suppose I'm not, really. About that moment, Lisa, may I confess something to you?
Of course.
I told you a lie earlier, and it's been bothering me ever since. Before the fire started, I never actually left the kitchen. Not physically, at least.
Oh, well, that's not nearly as scandalous of a lie as I expected.
I suppose not. But it still didn't feel right to lie to my friend.
A friend? But what happened then, if you don't mind me asking?
It's rather embarrassing. Do you promise not to laugh?
I will absolutely not make such a promise.
Fine. Well, I was sitting by the window and listening to a bird song outside. It was so beautiful that I started to compose a piece in my head. And before I knew it, I had a whole bird orchestra playing a concert.
Which birds are doing what parts?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. Tell me. I bet the ducks were the brass.
Percussion, actually. Herons were on brass.
Ah, of course.
Sparrows were on strings, and swans were woodwind.
This is fascinating. Do you often compose animal music in your head?
Animals? No. But music? Yes. Quite often. It was my dream to be a composer, to write and play music all across the country, and maybe even beyond.
So, what happened?
My family. My womanhood. And Evgeny.
I see. Do you not still dream of living that life?
Of course I do. I just described a bird orchestra to you. But it's not meant to be, and I've come to terms with it. It's getting late. I'm afraid I have to go to bed. Tomorrow will be a difficult day.
Of course. Rest well. I'll see you soon.
Please do.
I should probably give Anastasia some space. Hello again, stranger. Oh, just listen to that purr. You like that, huh? Oh, just listen to that purr. Good evening, Roman.
How may I help you today, Lisa? Ready to begin our tour?
I am beholden to your knowledge.
Let us go then. It's my desire to show you some of the more overlooked areas of town. The places that inspire the people and the tales that bring colour into their lives.
So, no droning lists of facts and figureheads, I presume?
No, indeed. Rather, think of this as a tour of our town's unique character. I wish to be an encyclopedia of the folklore and traditions of our land, from the smallest farm to the most sprawling estate. If I can help others in understanding and sharing these tales, maybe I can connect this disparate land, one village at a time.
Sounds like the makings of a great expedition.
Perhaps, but for now, let us begin our journey in the town square. The town square is a forum for the exchange of ideas and stories. I'll often gather here to regale the local children with tales of Cochet the Deathless.
Right by the town hall, huh? Fitting location.
You caught that, didn't you? Nice work. I keep waiting for someone to read between the lines, but you might be the first one so far.
Perhaps it's best for seeds like this to be planted less openly. That's what fairy tales are particularly good at, anyway.
Right you are, Miss Morozova.
Inspiring the youth and sharing your passion. Not a bad way to spend your free days.
Their parents are just happy to keep them away from trouble for an hour. Perhaps it will do the same for you.
Do I have the air of a troublemaker about me?
There's definitely something behind that smile, and I hope to discover it.
Perhaps you will.
Shall we head to our next site? I must warn you, this one is not for the faint of heart.
I'm grateful for the warning, but rest assured, my heart will manage.
Welcome to the graveyard. Oh, drat. The gate is locked.
There must be a way in.
I suppose I can tell my tale from here. No, not quite the atmosphere I envisioned. How did it go again?
Why don't you take a few minutes to remember, and I'll see if there's another way in.
Good idea. I'm a little rusty with this one.
Perfect. I'll simply unlatch it from here.
It's open. How the devil did you manage that?
I have a few tricks up my sleeve.
A woman of mystery. Enchanting. Let us proceed. I think I have it together in my head now.
Is there a particular reason we came here?
Indeed there is, Miss Morozova. Listen close and I shall tell you why. Many moons ago, a wandering peasant took rest upon this grave as his weary horse fed nearby. To his fright, his sleep was broken by the lid of the very grave he slept upon, opening. Suddenly, an oupir, one who feeds upon the living, sprung forth.
A sort of vampire.
Exactly. Pardon the antiquated term. The peasant clutched the coffin lid in fright. The oupir turned and marched into the village, back then just a small gathering of houses. Soon after, the oupir returned to the graveyard looking well fed. "Where have you been?" asked the peasant. The oupir spoke. "I have been to the village and killed 2 youths as they played in the square. Now give me my coffin lid, the sun will soon rise."
How the rules haven't changed.
Having heard the tales, the peasant grasped the lid with all his might, knowing that when the sun rose, the oupir would be vanquished. The peasant bargained. "I will not return your lid, not until you restore life to the children." The oupir reluctantly agreed. "Take this piece of my shroud to the house of the young boys and burn it in a pot of coals. The smoke shall revive them."
Huh. The power to bring the dead to life. I suppose we do have it in a way, though this isn't the traditional definition of life.
The peasant returned the lid to the oupir and ran to the town, reviving the children through the beast's instructions.
The beast.
He informed the village of what had transpired, and the villagers rushed to the graveyard with a wooden stake. Together, they lifted the lid and drove the stake through the heart of the oupir.
Ouch. I'm sorry. Continue.
In an instant, he turned to dust. The village was saved, and the grave left as a reminder. While we sleep, evil can yet stir.
That was quite the tale.
Really? What did you think?
A captivating tale to terrify any youth who dares play out after dark.
It surely kept me away from the square at night.
Most importantly, I highly enjoyed the telling.
Thank you. It's getting rather late. I feel I've taken leave of my senses bringing you to a graveyard for our first...
First?
Our first tour. This is hardly a fitting place.
Nonsense. I had a wonderful time with you. You make an excellent guide.
I promise next time will be somewhere with less cadavers. Oh, that is of course if you'd like another tour.
I would like that very much. Thank you, Roman.
You are very welcome. Until next time.
I may never get used to how deep sleep is now that I'm a vampire. When I wake up, it feels like an eternity has passed. One day, that might be true. Tonight, I dreamed about being old. I saw my wrinkly face and hands, gray hair and wise, peaceful eyes. I saw my grandchildren come to visit me. I made them vatrushki and poured sweet tea that they drank from tiny saucers. I stroked their heads as they sat on my knees and told me about their adventures at school. I read them fairy tales and told them stories from my youth as they laid in bed until they finally started to yawn. They fell asleep, slowly, peacefully, like only children can. But, like I said, that was a dream, and it will stay that way. Years will go by, people will pass, leaders will change, empires will fall. But I'll still be here. Always. What's this by the door? Let's take a look, shall we? I suppose I have to stay in now, in case someone needs medical help. Could have used a little notice, Dr. Volkov. Come in. Good evening, young lady. Are you all right?
I must see Dr.
I'm afraid Dr. Volkov is out of town, but he left me in charge. What's your name?
Maruza. Are you even a doctor?
An apprentice, technically, but just tell me what happened.
Fine. It's my brother. We were swimming in the lake, and all of a sudden, he went underwater. We pulled. I ran as fast as I could.
Is he there now?
We dragged him out on the beach. He's not breathing.
Then we can't lose time.
The lake is far. What if it is too late?
Don't worry, I'll get there in time. I know a shortcut.
Right. Thank you.
I'll see you there. Let me just get my medical bag. My medical bag. I should probably take this with me.
What is this?
He's not breathing. I have to do something.
Timyon, you're all right.
I think so.
I don't even know what to say, madam.
Just call me Lisa.
You are a savior, Lisa.
I don't know how to thank you.
Would you please stop by our house sometime and let us thank you? It's to the east, not far from here. We don't have much to thank you with, but I know how to make a decent strawberry pie.
Marusa's strawberry pies are to die for, madam. I don't bake myself, but if there is something I can ever do for you, I'll be there day or night.
Is that so? Thank you both. I might take you up on that.
Thank you.
How are you holding up?
Not too bad now. I really thought I was going to die.
What happened to your leg?
Something in the middle of the lake pulled me down. When other folks got there, they started to pull and freed me. But the creature had claws, so it scratched me before it let go.
Peculiar. I've never seen marks like this before. Anyway, let me patch you up. There, all better.
I don't even know how to thank you, miss. You were right, Marussia. I'm sorry. Never again.
Let's go home. Enough festivities for the day.
While I'm here, I should check in on the rest of them. Make sure no one else gets hurt.
I did it! Fire didn't touch me! This will be a great year!
One jump can't be enough. You probably have to do at least 3 of those.
Just like that. Stem into stem. That's right. Flowers and plants this night have a magical nature. They can keep you safe and healthy for the year to come.
What happens after we finish?
Well, we can attach a candle to the wreath and send it floating on the lake. If the light stays on and the wreath gets to the other shore, it means you'll get married and live happily ever after.
What? Fascinating. If I try to make myself fly across the lake, I simply can't. Looks like if I want to cross a body of water, I have to do it like any other human. The smell...
My turn? Let me try.
Like you're ever gonna land a husband.
Just you watch. He'll appear in the mirror and you'll cry at how handsome he will be.
Say the words already.
Here goes. The ritual has now begun. Show yourself, my chosen one. The ritual has now begun. Show yourself, my chosen one.
Nothing.
Just keep your skirt on. It doesn't work straight away.
You must be saying it wrong. Try it again.
Look! Look! Someone is in there!
Let me see.
Ah! Look! The reed's all sunk!
Dear God, save my soul!
What in heavens is going on here? It wants me to go into the woods. It's too dark. I don't want to stumble on a branch and break my neck.
Hot. Welcome.
What do you want from me?
Did you enjoy my show?
So it was you who caused all the havoc at the lake.
Indeed. I did it all for you.
What do you mean by that?
I wish to amuse you. Were you entertained?
Why would you think this is something I'd enjoy?
I know more of you than you can imagine. I saw parts of you that you don't even know yourself. I looked into your soul. I found pain. I found wrath. I found promise.
What do I call you?
They used to call me Dragomir, but names matter not. I was once alive, and now I am immortal. I was once blind, and now I am omniscient. I was once like you, and soon we will be kin.
You said you looked into my soul.
You and I made a bond. I have seen through you ever since.
So it was you back in the dungeon.
You were pure back then, but there was a spark. That spark made you hurt another soul. It made you put yourself above others. But who could blame you? Who could stop you? Your life was stolen from you. You took back what is yours. You had the right, and you had the power. And now, Elisaveta, that spark shall start a fire.
Those children at the lake, you scarred them for life.
They were afraid long before I interfered. Misfortune, loneliness, death. All their fears, real as day, but in their heads. I showed them the truth, made them face it, feel it on their skin. I fed from it, and became even stronger.
How do I repay my debt?
I chose you for a reason. Your potential is vast. To repay me, prove you can live up to it. You and I are no parasites. We are nature's predators. We are lions, wolves. To obtain complete power at your fingertips, you need only two things. To know one's fear, and to have the will to make it real. You hide it well, but there is still a part of you that fears hurting others. I will teach you a lesson. You will rid yourself of weakness, show them their fear, feed from it. Now heed me, child. Choose someone you care for. Burn a wreath on their door. Then, and only then, shall you be free.
Even if I was willing to do that, how do you expect me to start a fire? I don't carry matches with me.
A matter of little importance. Nonetheless, I'll grant you the power. For tonight, when you snap your fingers, a fire will be raised.
The people behind those doors will die, won't they?
This will let us in. The rest is not for you to worry. A thing of note. You shall not be able to return to safety till you complete your task. Soon enough, the night will cease. Don't let the sun decide your fate for you. Farewell.
So I have to pick a house of someone I know and burn the wreath. Sounds simple enough. It's too dark. I don't want to stumble on a branch and break my neck. The smell.
Goodness! Go away, you.
He won't let me come back before I burn someone's wreath.
Get away from me.
Burning this won't help. Dragomir was very clear. It can only be people I know.
Need a ride to the manor, my lady?
He won't let me come back before I burn someone's wreath. Huh. With a house like this, I imagined Anastasia owning a larger dress collection. Although she certainly has good taste, one of the outfits here is just stunning.
Hi there. Excuse me. Hi there.
This is Evgeny and Anastasia's house, but Anastasia is usually at the music school around this time. I am free. The debt has been paid. Dragomir said to burn the wreath, but he didn't say anything about other talismans. Let's see how you like that, you bastard. I must return home, quickly.
Elisa?
What is all this?
Don't interrupt this. Just give me a minute. It's almost done. The doll has to stay inside the circle. Lisa, please help. I can't interrupt the ritual. Quick, get the doll and put it back. Hurry up! I'm not kidding.
Matilda. Is this right?
Yes, yes, now move out of the way.
What happened? Did it work?
I don't know. I was trying to resurrect Petya. This was the only night it was possible. The ritual wasn't exactly easy to decipher. At the last minute, I learned that I needed a vessel, an object he truly cared for. It suddenly hit me. Matilda! And you were the one who had it. Only it was too late. I didn't have time to find you and talk it through.
Now things start to make more sense. What happens now?
I'm not sure. I couldn't translate the runes after the ritual part. Perhaps his body will turn up at the place where he was murdered. I'll head to the manor and check.
Worth a shot. Good luck.
Thank you, Lisa. I owe you big.
I need some rest. I'll clean this all up later. What a night. Tonight in my dreams, I saw my father exactly the way he was a decade ago. His hair wasn't yet riddled with white strands, and a soldier would envy his posture. His eyes weren't bleak and clouded, but sparkling with joy. I dreamt that Father Kolya and I played hide-and-seek in our old house. Kolya and I did our very best to find good hiding spots. I picked a nook under the desk in the study, and Kolya hid behind a bookcase in the bedroom. Despite our efforts, it was no challenge for our father. He pretended to look for a little while to entertain us, like he often used to. But then, he scooped us up from our hiding places with a triumphant yell and hugged us tightly. His beard was scratchy, but I dug my face in it anyway, because I wanted to feel closer to him. Suddenly, he grew incredibly thirsty. His lips became dry, and his skin started to crack from dehydration. He managed to find bottles around the house, but as he drank from them, they filled with seawater. The game couldn't be delayed any longer, and it was his turn to hide. Kolya and I closed our eyes and counted to 13. When we opened them, he was gone. For hours we looked and looked all over, but in vain. Exhausted, we sat down on the floor. Kolya turned to me and said, "We're never going to find him again, are we?" I woke up before I was able to give an answer. These dreams are becoming so vivid. Is this my life now? To dream such things for all eternity. Oh, such a mess. Does she not care about the danger she put us in? One demon coming for me is enough for a lifetime, even if a lifetime here means forever. I'd better get dressed and then make a start on fixing this room. What was that?
Lisa?
It's talking to me. The doll is talking to me. Petya?
Petya. I'm Petya. What is
happening, Lisa? I feel strange.
You don't remember? You died. You were murdered.
But how can that be? I'm here now, talking to you. Why are you so tall all of a sudden?
You're inside Matilda now, the doll you made.
How is that possible?
There was a ritual. Elisa, she wanted to bring you back to life. She took an object that was dear to you to work as a conduit.
My doll?
Yes. She had so little time to find something. It was Kupala last night.
What? But that means I've missed so much time.
I'm so sorry, Petya.
Thank you, Lisa. I don't know what's going on, but it's comforting to have you here. You do, however, seem strangely calm, given what you're seeing, and how I apparently came back into being.
To tell the truth, I saw your body drained by one of us. You see, Petya, I'm a vampire.
A vampire?
Yes, just like from the old legends.
And Elisa?
Is one as well. In fact, most of the people you saw on the day you died were vampires.
I guess I shouldn't be too shocked, given my current situation.
Lisa! Lisa, are you up yet? I have a task for you.
Who is that?
The vampire that turned me. Sorry, but I need to go and see what he needs.
Wait, before you go, can you please put me on your shelf? It's a little unnerving being down here. Much better. I can actually see now. Thank you.
Do you think you'll be okay alone while I'm gone?
Might be for the best, honestly. I think I need some quiet time to take in all you've said. Do you mind not telling anyone about my resurrection just yet?
Even Elisa?
Especially her.
I see. Of course, it will be our secret for now. Strange. Can't imagine the doctor getting much use from this, even back when he was a human. Lovely vanity, though. Doctor?
Now what if I try this? Will that work? I know that can't work. Well, maybe.
Dr. Volkov? I've never known the doctor to keep his office so dark. Doctor? Dr. Volkov? Is everything all right?
Ah! Please lower that. I'm fine, my dear. Don't worry about me.
You don't look fine.
Your observations are not required nor useful at this current moment. Just listen. I need some blood samples. But not just any samples, only the highest quality will do. Go to this address.
This is the town's literary salon. Can the samples only come from there?
Of course. Are you questioning me? Who's the doctor with decades of experience?
I've never seen the doctor like this. What's happening to him?
Look, it'll be good for you to see this place for yourself. To see the vital work that is carried out there for our kind. The samples should be stored in the back room.
This all sounds rather odd.
You need to start understanding our ways better. This is an opportunity to do just that. Now hurry, please. Why are you still here? Hurry up, please, Lisaveta.
Augustus, how did you get in here? You are a cat-shaped enigma, aren't you? You've certainly made yourself comfortable. Well, since you're already here, you are welcome to stay. I could use another friend. Well, in that case, welcome home. I'm sure the doctor won't mind. I feel like it's one of those situations where it's better to seek forgiveness rather than permission. You'll be well behaved, won't you? You're looking relaxed as always. Oh, you're so soft. You take good care of that coat, don't you? Must taste better than it smells.
To what do I owe the pleasure, Miss Morozova?
One more thing, if you ever are in need of a few odd coins, come talk with me. I always have a job for bright people with a keen mind. Ah, my favourite customer. What can I do for you?
About those jobs you mentioned.
Aha, I knew you'd be back. Your talents need a proper outlet, and I have just what the doctor ordered.
Ugh. Let's get to the point, shall we?
Business first. I like it. Listen in then. Soon I'll be inviting a few friends here. A small affair, intimate. I'll be very busy entertaining my guests, of course.
I don't follow.
A few of them will have rather deep pockets, if you know what I mean.
You're asking me to steal from your own guests?
No, of course not. You think so poorly of me. That's just tacky, Lisa. However...
There we go.
There is this one merchant on the guest list, Fyodor. He's known to show off a lovely antique pocket watch that an acquaintance of mine covets. I'd love for someone to teach him a lesson in being humble. And of course, I wouldn't want it to be traced to me. You'd be perfect talent for the role, don't you agree?
This sounds incredibly dubious, but the money could be good. Sure. I'll lend you a hand.
Excellent. In that case, I'll see you on the night. I'll make sure to warm them up with some discounted vodka. It should be good and ready for you.
Magician's best friend, huh?
Exactly.
I should go.
Pleasure as always.
How odd that the doctor would send me here. I thought this was a place to exchange words, not scientific samples. Strange that it's empty. Hello? Anyone here? The doctor said the samples should be in the back room. Where could it possibly be? Arbin has an excellent selection, doesn't she? Wait a second. Is this a keyhole on the backside of the cabinet? I don't think this clock is working. How curious. Didn't I see this key on Arbin's ear? Let's see. Ah, the key fits. I can see what's behind the cabinet now. What is this?
Lisa? What are you doing back here?
Arbin? Is that you?
Of course it is. It's my salon, isn't it?
Could have fooled me. Sure looks like a haunted house right now. The doctor sent me for samples, but I didn't expect this here. Or of you.
Oh, poor dear. I see now. No wonder your face looks well beyond death. When was the last time you drank? Here, have some of this.
I think I'd rather not take anything from you right now.
Fair enough. Look, everything isn't as bad as it seems. I'm actually quite surprised that dear doctor didn't better inform you beforehand. No matter now. Take a look around. I'll answer any questions you may have.
They're not dead, just in a trance.
That's what I've been trying to tell you, lovely.
They're not dead, just in a trance. Your vessel, huh?
Fancy, isn't it? Soft as a cloud. I tell humans that I'm safekeeping it for a local coffin maker.
So what exactly is the purpose of all this?
This is for my ethically sourced Cabernet. I'm rather annoyed that Pavel didn't tell you.
Ethically sourced?
We vampires must feed to survive like any other creature, right? We are wolves in the night, stalking prey. But unlike wolves, we talk and interact with our prey, get to know about their lives and why they matter. So do we have to resort to violence? It's a question we often have to face and deal with. But I have found willing volunteers. I, of course, can't tell them the blood's true purpose. So I have them believe it's all for the doctor's medical research. Not fully a lie. Making decent Cabernet is hard enough. 3 out of 5 batches fail. At least this way, I don't have to worry about harming people in order to source the main ingredient.
I didn't know that. Is that why it's so expensive?
Indeed. Cabernet has only been around a couple decades, and the tools are far from perfect. I sure hope they make it easier one day. That could change everything.
So, who are these people?
Revolutionaries. The people's champions, according to them. Oof. They want to bring change to this country? There's no changing it, only slapping a fresh bandage on an infected wound. But so long as they continue to supply me with their hot blood, then who am I to question their goals?
So, are they all right?
Perfectly fine. As they're not too keen on watching the process, we've agreed to use chloroform. Of course, I actually put them into a trance, whispering sweet words in their ears. They're probably dreaming of a new world, one filled with equality and peace among men. I do admire their passion, but mortals always think of the short-term goal. Some quick snap of the fingers that brings about cataclysmic change. Then they die, and don't live long enough to see how little really changes, and so the cycle repeats.
So?
Hold on a second. I need to see to this. They're about to wake up. Stay and get to know them. Understand why I do what I do.
All right.
Actually, can you do me a favor and bandage their arms while I wake them?
Of course.
Why are you taking so long? I thought you were a physician. Step aside. I try to give them as
Of course. Textbook capillary bleeding. Shouldn't be hard.
Great job. Thanks. It's hard to do both at the same time. 大家起身啦，夠鐘啦。朋友，而家係起身嘅時候啦。
Arbin? Is it over already?
Yes, Yvonne. You've done well.
All that came from us? No wonder I feel exhausted.
Don't worry, Gosha. You're both young. You'll soon replenish your stock.
It's always strange to hear you call our blood that. It's so clinical.
Oh, Arbin, who is this?
This better be a friend.
So jumpy. Please relax. Lisa's here on an errand for the doctor.
Ah, here to collect our fluids.
Pleasure to meet you.
Forgive me, but I wasn't prepared to meet under such circumstances. This is all quite odd.
Well, since we don't often have the luxury of meeting under better ones, it's always better to greet each other warmly.
Now, Gosha, skepticism is prudent in these times. Don't soften the girl.
Well, now that introductions are out of the way, I must thank you for your contribution and wish you good luck. I have to get this new batch of medical samples prepared now.
Of course, Arbin. We'll see you when it's our turn again.
Come on then, Gosha. I could use a stiff drink after all this.
It was nice to meet you, Lisa. If you ever fancy a chat over a bottle of vodka rather than a bucket of blood, we frequent the bar at the end of the street.
We have some urgent duties to fulfill in the upcoming weeks, but we do have plans to meet there soon, if you'd like to hear more.
Hope to see you then.
If you decide to take them up on that offer, be prepared. They can drink you under the table. Not sure my head has ever fully recovered.
Duly noted.
Now, as for your errand, I always keep a sample stash for the doctor on hand. Feel free to grab it from the shelves at the back of the room. Oh, and I assume you have my earring?
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Thanks, lovely. I'll see you around.
Found it. Good Lord. It looks appetizing. What a night. I should return to the doctor now with these samples.
Apologies.
It appears to be a bowl of kasha, though I'm not sure who it's for. Having a late dinner?
What? Oh no, it's just a simple offering.
An offering?
Something my mother used to do. It's silly, I suppose, but I find it comforting.
I'm surprised a man such as yourself still has time for such rituals.
Yes, well, I can't say I believe it. It's just a force of habit, I suppose.
May I see what you have in stock?
Certainly.
Elisa, fancy seeing you here. What are you reading?
The Crimes of Bluebeard. Familiar?
He was a terrible murderer. He'd kill his wives and keep their corpses in a locked room.
Exactly. But did you know he was a real person? Well, supposedly. I'm having difficulty finding evidence of his actual occult practices. Or indeed between the man and the myth. Such is the way of folklore. So much knowledge lost to the shadows.
No point dwelling on it.
I'm not dwelling, I'm merely lamenting. Brief. Enough of this. I require a change of scenery. Accompany me, will you? Wait, I have an idea. Race you to the dock.
I don't suppose I have much choice.
None. On your mark, get set, go!
Drat.
No need for that. You made an excellent showing. I'm simply more practiced.
It's unlike her to try to make me feel better.
Quiet out here tonight.
It's pretty, don't you think?
Oh, very. So dark and inviting. Not that I'd recommend taking a dip.
Certainly not after Kupala's night.
There's an old spirit in this lake. Old and cold and hungry.
Is that right?
Yes. Though they say she prefers the flesh of men, if she gets desperate enough, a sweet young lady such as yourself might suffice.
I'll keep it in mind. It seems what would you call it? Underworld is more expansive than I thought. Vampires, ghosts, rusalkas.
Underworld. Fitting enough. Although, a little drab, don't you think? Doesn't really capture the romance of it.
I'm not sure I'd call it romantic. We are dead, after all.
Death can be romantic. I must introduce you to Shelley.
Considering my profession, I'm not all that fond of it.
No? I would have thought you might have gained an appreciation for it. Unlife, at least, if not death itself. Or are you dedicated to keeping one foot out of the grave?
Isn't that normal? I mean, maybe I'll change my mind someday. But, I mean, I had so much I wanted to do.
There are things you can do now that you couldn't, you know.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Certain tolerances, so to speak, that are harder to come by in the light. Certain indulgences that can thrive in shadow. I could show you, if you're interested.
Show me.
Well?
I'm not sure. Show me again.
Pay attention this time. You make a fine companion, Lisa.
You don't sound sure of that.
Yes, well.
What?
It's about my plan. The sunrise and all that. Tell me honestly, do you think me foolish?
I do. I mean, you could die. That seems plenty foolish to me. Throwing your life away for something like a sunrise.
Thank you for your candor.
Elisa.
No, truly. I don't intend to change my course, but I wanted to hear what you thought anyway. It's going to be soon. I have almost everything I need.
Have you tested it?
Well, no.
Elisa, I can't stop you, can I?
Of course not. I was sincere about wanting to hear your thoughts. But no, I intend to go through with this. It's far too late to stop.
What gave you this idea anyway?
I wonder. I never had much reason to see the sunrise when I was alive. Who wants to get up that early? But once it was taken away from me, I realized how little I'd appreciated it. Any of it. Ugh, listen to me.
I'm listening.
You... Fine. You mustn't tell a soul. Understood?
Of course.
How old are you, Lisa?
Huh? I'm 22. Or rather, I suppose I was. Why?
I thought so. You're older than I am. Physically, that is. And a doctor, besides. There were no women doctors when I was a girl. I'm lucky I even learned to read. A good husband wants a wife who can keep a decent conversation, you know? The Countess told me if I came to live with her, I would need no husband. I could even help with her business. She was everything I wanted to be. Intelligent, independent, strong. And in turn, I was young and pretty. Perfect for foistering all her insecurities and hopes on. I was too naive. I didn't even consider what I was giving up. Too late now, of course.
Elisa.
It's not like I even saw the sun that much as a girl. Always inside, sewing and playing piano and running around after little lady what's-her-name. If I saw the sunrise, it was because I was getting up early for someone else. I want to lie in the sun with no one to answer to. For once, to have it all to myself. Not someone's lady-in-waiting or substitute daughter. Just me. Is that selfish?
I don't think so.
Even if it was, I don't care.
What? What is it?
Just me. I wonder. I'm going back to the manor. There's something I need to check.
What?
Thank you for the chat.
And there she goes. That was... nice. Don't get yourself hurt, Elisa. Come back to me. That music. It's beautiful. I want to get a closer look.
Lisa, I was just thinking about you. Have the most pleasant evening.
Glinka, Chopin, Bach. She really does have wonderful taste in music. Must have been next to impossible to get these cylinders. Some dusty sheet music. That music. It's beautiful. I want to get a closer look. Anastasia is so talented. The music sounds like it's coming from her very soul. She seems so into the music. Best not to disturb her.
Damn it. Ah!
Shh, it's just me.
Goodness. Lisa. I almost fell off. What are you doing here?
I just couldn't help but come up to listen to your beautiful music. I'm sorry I startled you so. I just didn't want to distract you.
It's all right. It was worth it. Well, I suppose I should get back to my creative plight.
Something the matter?
I can't finish this song.
Is it one of your own?
Yes, but every time I try to come up with an ending, nothing seems to work. It all sounds too composed.
Isn't that what you're doing, though?
Well, yes, of course. But that's not how it should sound. Music should feel natural, effortless, not manufactured.
It's been a while since you last composed something, hasn't it?
Yes. For ages I've not really had the time or the motivation.
So, why are you doing it now?
To be honest, I'm not so sure myself. Let's look at the facts. What do I have in this life? A drunk husband who squanders any earnings he makes from his poetry, and a house that is more like a cavernous tomb.
Is that really how you see the sum of your life?
What else is there?
Your music. You should show the world your talent. What I just listened to was beautiful and filled with emotion. It'd be a shame if you deprived the world of that.
You really believe that?
I do. And so should you.
But what about Evgeny? He wants a wife by his side, not a woman who works and tours the country.
That's something you'll have to figure out on your own. I only know that you should follow what you truly want. How you achieve that is up to you.
Thank you, Lisa. You've helped me put my life back into perspective. I will not forget it. I have a lot to think about now.
My dear Anastasia, I'm so happy that our paths intertwined. You are more than just a friend to me. You always will be.
And you to me. It's getting chilly up here. We best head downstairs.
It's true. I should be on my way home. Good night, Anastasia. I'll see you soon. I've returned with the samples, Dr. Volkov.
Good. Very good. Now bring them here, quickly.
It's too dark. I'll break my neck if I walk around here like this. Here it is. Perhaps I could assist you in what you're working on? I'm sure there's much I could learn.
Absolutely not. End of discussion. Now, since your task is complete, I give you leave to spend the next few days as you see fit. Do not disturb me. I will need complete concentration for my work.
If that's really what you want.
You may leave now.
As you wish.
My lady, I didn't expect to see anyone out here tonight.
Better to fish in solitude?
Better to be alone for what I plan to do.
What do you mean by that, Trophime?
I'm done serving others. No longer will I let them abuse me and believe their false promises.
You're running away?
And where would I go? With what fortune could I escape with and start a new life? No. I'm not running away. Instead, I'm gonna let the Rusalkas take me into the darkness. You hear that? You daughters of despair. I'm letting my guard down. I'm asking for you to drag me to hell at last.
All that has led him here, still stuck under the thumb of the Countess. Maybe there's something I can do for him. Trophime, life is hard. It's brutal and punishing, but you can't give up.
And why not? Why push yourself through all this pain? What's the reward?
Some believe their reward awaits them after death. Are you not a believer?
Do I look like a believer? And besides, that's not something you or your ilk have to worry about. There's only one place you're bound.
Trophim.
I'm sorry, my lady. That was a terrible thing to say. I'm so sorry. For everything. For my life. For the pain I bring others.
Go home and pull yourself together. You're not thinking clearly. Just sleep this off, and we'll talk another time.
Aye. That sounds wise.
Take care of yourself, Trophim.
Good night, my lady.
Elisa, can I borrow you for a moment?
Oh, Lisa, good. I could use a break. Good night.
Hello again.
The little bat returns. Hunting well?
You keep calling me that.
Am I wrong?
Well, no, but... How do you know what I am?
Your kind has a certain smell. Stagnant blood.
If my kind are bats, then what does that make you?
Names. Rusalka will define. Of what shall we speak then?
How did you become a Rusalka?
You should know such stories are rarely pretty.
You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
What I want. Yes, perhaps. Listen well then, little bat. There was once a girl who loved a kind-faced young man from a wealthy family. Though they were yet to be wed, she would meet him as he bathed. So deeply entranced was she. Faithfully she came to him each night, and he would take her across the lake where none would find them, waiting for the day he would offer her his hand. And she waited, so faithfully, so meekly, till one day as they were on the water, she dared ask how much longer she would wait. And his kind face turned cold, and his sweet voice turned sharp. She begged him to forgive her, but he would not listen. The hand she had so longed to take now reached out and pushed her back. As she sank, her love dissolved along with her name, until they both became one with the water.
So, when you attack young men...
The boy of whom I speak has yet to be full enough to return to the water. But many have taken his place. Now listen closely, little bat. Though I am fettered, you yet fly free. Thus I charge you, bring me what I could not take, his life and his hand. Claim the former and bring me the latter, and you will be handsomely rewarded.
What's his name?
The water has dissolved all names.
Do you remember anything I can use to find him? His height, hair color?
As my last act, I mark his hand as mine, as I'd so long to do. You shall know him from that. Here, may it strike true. I'll be waiting, little bat.
Marked his hand as mine. That's not terribly specific. I'll have to do some investigating. As for potential suspects, Tropheme certainly doesn't come from wealth, and I've seen the doctor's hands often enough to rule them both out. Best not approach any of the men in town until I know a bit more. Maybe Arbin will have some ideas. She's privy enough to the town's happenings. I should try speaking with her first. Oh, he started drooling. Ugh, not on my hand. There, there. Good kitty. Look what I've got for you. Look what I've got for you.
Lisa, I was wondering if I could ask a favor of you.
Of course. I'd be happy to.
Oh, thank you. I know I asked you to put me up here in the first place, but I was hoping you might lift me down onto that vanity. I would climb down myself, but if I were to fall and Matilda were to break... Best not to think about it, if you would be so kind.
There you go.
paint is cracked here, and this blush needs to be darker. I see what you meant before. Perhaps a new perspective is what I needed all along. Although, I wonder if I can even sew or paint with these hands. No, I must try to make the best of this situation. However bizarre it may be. Thank you, Lisa. I suppose I should return to my shelf now. Enough vanity for one day, eh?
Here, let me help you.
Ah, my thanks.
There.
Home sweet home.
Well, what did you think?
Of what?
Your new appearance. It took me some time to get used to being dead. I imagine being in a doll's body must be significantly stranger. Not to mention a female doll at that.
Oh. You know, that part hadn't occurred to me.
Really? I don't think I would like to be in a male body, doll or not.
Well, my father always did call me girlish. Perhaps now he might approve of my doll making. Or have me exercised. I shouldn't keep you any further. Thank you for your help.
I feel a little sorry for Petya, stuck there like that. Perhaps if I fetched him some sewing supplies, he would at least have a way to pass the time. And I know just the thing. If I'm not mistaken, Matilda's dress is velvet. Some silk thread, and needles small enough for him to hold. I should be able to find some at the general store.
I take it I won't be returning to my old body again, will I?
I'm no expert in black magic, but it seemed like after that Kupala night, not much could be done.
I see.
Not leonine?
Come again?
Like the fable. There's 4 animals hunting a deer, but when the lion goes to carve it up into 4 parts, he gives all the parts to himself. So, a leonine contract is one that only favors one party. I suppose even magic contracts have rules.
Huh. That makes sense. Anyway, point is, there was a condition. Serve my family's house, and in return, we will not meddle in true matters of your heart.
That's oddly specific.
Yes, well, there were reasons.
Which were?
Unimportant.
You don't know that.
I would prefer not to talk about it.
I gathered that, but I still need to know.
Matters of the heart were what got me killed. Well, almost killed. My lover was not so fortunate. He was gone before the Count got there.
He?
Yes, he.
Oh, so you,
Yes.
Ah.
Happy now?
Well, it might be useful to know.
Perhaps. It never really came up again. Not really the sort of thing you can force, either. If you think of anything, feel free to let me know. You know how to find me. I gotta figure out what I'm going to tell the Countess.
Matters of the heart. Oh, how infuriatingly vague.
What can I do for you? How are you doing this fine evening?
Hello there.
Arbin, do you have a minute?
For you, lovely, always. What is it?
I'm investigating something that happened in this town some time ago. A murder.
Oh goodness, how exciting. Though, this town does see more death than most.
This wasn't that kind of murder. It was a man drowning his lover in the lake.
The legend of the Rusalka, is it?
So you know about it?
Ha, not much. Supposedly, she preys on the young men who dare venture into the lake's murky depths. From time to time, men stumble in here sopping wet, demanding a drink and complaining that something in the lake scratched them up.
And they think it was a Rusalka?
Utterly convinced of it, even men not known for being superstitious. I can say that they aren't mistaken that creatures like that do exist, but that's all I know, I'm afraid. I try not to get too entangled with other supernatural beings. I already have enough on my plate just dealing with our own kind.
I see.
If you'd like to learn more, perhaps you should check the bookstore. I know the owner has a penchant for investigating local legends. I think I've seen some of his personal scribblings tucked away on the shelves.
That's not a bad idea, Arbin. Thanks for your help.
Anytime, my dear.
Let's see if I can find that book about local legends that Arbin mentioned. No need to bother anyone else. I'll just peruse the shelves on my own. This doesn't look useful. Nothing of interest here. What a dull book. A pamphlet on local legends, written by Roman himself. Could this be what Arbin was referring to? Let's see. Aha! There's a page on the Rusalka. not too much new information here. However, it does mention that the incident started approximately 25 years ago. Perhaps Town Hall has a report on a missing young woman from around that time. I should speak to someone there. Good evening, Roman.
How may I help you today, Lisa? Have a pleasant evening.
Locked. I should try again earlier in the day.
Hello there.
How are you feeling, Arbin? Ready to explore the graveyard?
Thanks for waiting, dear. Yes, I'm ready. Let's head out. Here we are.
So, what do we do now?
Well, I'm assuming one of those graves must be what we're looking for.
Makes sense. Let's have a look around and see if there are any matches with the riddle answer.
You found it. Nice job, Lisa. But what now?
Look, Arbin, a keyhole. I think you know what to do next.
There goes my earring. Winged truth, reveal thyself. Shall we?
Let's do it.
That's the spirit, my dear. I should have brought a lantern.
Shh! What if someone's listening?
Oh, relax. I don't smell anyone down here but us. Do you? What do we have here?
Well,
you can see for yourself. I need some air.
It's a note addressed to Arbin. There's a large ink blot here, and some water stains. Tears. It continues afterwards. The writing is getting messier and messier.
You're all ready to go then?
I'm sorry. That was...
Don't be. I should have known it was pointless. I already knew he was a coward from the moment he ran away. Why would that have changed? But to go and just... You know what, lovely? I think we earned a drink. Would you care to join me?
That's an excellent idea.
Indeed. But this time, not at the salon. Let me think. You know, I've met so many vampires who say they miss the sun. I don't get it. Just look at the sky now. Millions of little suns. Who could grow tired of that? Shall we toast, lovely?
To the stars.
Sic itur ad astra. Not what you meant, I know, but it feels fitting.
That's Latin, I think.
Thus, one journeys to the stars. Virgil.
Just how many languages do you know?
Didn't I tell you? It's my special talent. Makes traveling easy.
Hello, little dove. Stop by any time, sweetheart.
Faina. A handwritten note. Who could this be from? She must be talking about the ritual. I should go and see her.